Hi, I'm Jocelyn Kessler, and welcome to Homeland. The land today, Indio, California, and our animal, wild horses. I love working with wild horses. In fact, I've spent a lot of time working with various rescue horses. Today, we're going to go work with two beautiful, most wonderful wild horses, Sugar and her brother, Charlie. Sugar and her brother Charlie were wild horses off the land, rounded up so they could be adopted and rescued. These horses live beautifully other than extreme conditions. They can feed and roam together and find comfort freely and wild on the land.
Hi, Sugar. Well, excuse me. She's different than any horse you have here. Really different.
In what way?
She doesn't have issues with confidence too much.
See if you can lead her out this way a little bit.
She sometimes have issues with confidence in some of her abilities, but not confidence in self. Like despite, like she holds this holds it down, you know. She's solid in herself. Right, she's solid in how she is with others. She kind of doesn't really care if other horses like her or not too much, or if people like her or not. So she's kind of just cool with herself.
She's 1 year younger than Charlie. And you know, when I found him in the wild, Charlie was always hiding right behind her.
She's very strong. Always would take care of him. She's very comfortable in herself. Her mother wasn't so great. Maybe that's why she had to be more like, she is very maternal or motherly.
I mean, she was born in the wild. You know, she just dropped out of the
Yeah, basically, and that was it. It was like sayonara. Her reflexes and her frequency is good. Out in the wild, she could hear something coming before any other, if there were any other horses there, would hear it. She also has a great deal of respect for the land she stands on. Now, most would say that about all horses. She really has a respect for the land that she's on, and that's probably what saved her and Charlie, is her respect for the land and her maternal. Am I right? Okay. She doesn't identify with that whole female side so much.
No, she's almost masculine.
Right, and it almost doesn't make sense. So anytime that she went into heat, it was very, very extraordinarily uncomfortable and made her really pissy. It's like a bad, bad, bad PMS. It's like, you know, fuck you. Because it doesn't, excuse me, was I right? I know, it gets you a little whatever.
There is no other horse that I have met in that pasture other than Sugar who was ready and willing and almost knew before she was even adopted. I'm sure the nights that she was sheltering Charlie, her brother, who is complete opposite than her, on the land, there's just something in me that knew, that she knew that the next step was happening.
He thinks a lot. He's an old soul. He's really frustrated with himself a lot, which is weird. He's like, he overthinks the moment. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does.
He thinks he's heavy, like, come on. He overthinks the moment. So like when I stood there with the wind, I'm like, let that just blow through your, come on, don't. He doesn't want to let go a lot of shit. Because when I catch him and what I did, and I said, listen, you're over, my energy is let's just stay here. Like I could feel where he's able to go. He's able to just be okay with himself. And the amazing thing is that you have horses here that share very much human shit. And it's like, hey, whatever happened to me? Do I have confidence in myself? Am I overanalyzing? Do I beat myself up? Do I trust others? We all share the same thing. In his mind, if one could even say about a horse, he's pissing himself. Like he's hard on himself.
That makes sense.
And could he really turn it around moving forward? Does he want to? he trusts you, loves you, but it doesn't take away from the fact that he won't let go of the prior experience and how he just maybe not be able to measure up. He may not get to where you need him in polo.
Well, I've come to accept that he
And
may
I don't
not
think
really-
he wants to, maybe. He doesn't know if he wants to yet. He hasn't made that choice yet.
Charlie is ready to just learn a step that Sugar never had to go through, and that was just being okay, right? It's as simple as that. It was wonderful to go down there and watch how these wild horses can become the most magnificent creatures. It takes time, it takes trust, and you need to know these animals have such great personalities, and there's so many human tendencies. And you would say, well, where'd that come from if they were wild? Welcome to the new energy. Vibration changes all animals, whether they're wild or not. They pick up these human personality tendencies, and it's glorious to work with. Of course, you don't have to work as hard with a confident horse as you do with one that's seeking that confidence, but both are joys. Welcome to Sugar and Charlie, two horses that are really equating to home and land together.